Welcome to our space of hope and inspiration, where faith is ignited and the Word of God meets us right where we are. Thank you for being here and for allowing us to walk with you. Have you ever felt like a chess piece in someone else's game? Have you experienced betrayal, deception, and injustice and wondered, why me? What's the point of this pain that others have inflicted on me? We live in a world that teaches us to protect ourselves, to distrust, to fight back. Popular narrative tells us that the harm done to you is the end of your story, that the victim is just a victim. And in that mindset, resentment becomes an anchor, bitterness a prison. Human logic screams at us that the damage is irreparable, that the evil of others can only breed more evil. But there is an ancient truth, as liberating as it is radical, that defies that logic. A truth that doesn't deny the pain of injustice, but elevates it to a greater purpose. A truth that invites you to see the hand of a master designer, even in the darkest intentions of others. At the heart of one of the most dramatic stories in the Bible, the patriarch Joseph, after years of suffering and betrayal, utters one of the most revolutionary phrases ever spoken. Genesis 50:20. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, so that if things had happened as we see them today, and the lives of many people had been preserved. Imagine you have two toys. One is a block builder, and the other is a destroyer, who just likes to throw things on the ground. The destroyer comes and knocks down your prettiest tower. Oh no. You get sad and think everything is ruined. But the block builder, who is much wiser and stronger, doesn't get angry. He looks at all the blocks lying on the ground, even the ones the destroyer broke a little, and with those same blocks that the destroyer wanted to ruin, he builds something much bigger, stronger, and more useful than the original tower. And not just for you, but so that many children can play with it. That's what God does. When someone intends to harm you, God, the super builder, takes that intent and transforms it into something incredibly good, not only for you, but also to help countless others. He doesn't let the destroyer have the final say. He has an even better plan. He has a better plan. From a psychological perspective, this verse is a masterclass in reinterpretation and post-traumatic resilience. Betrayal and injustice often lead the victim into a cycle of bitterness, resentment, and victimization. The poison of unforgiveness ends up harming the one who harbors it more than the one who caused it. Genesis 50:20 offers us a tool to break free from that cycle: radical forgiveness. It is not forgetting, nor is it condoning the harmful action. It is a supreme act of faith that says, even though this hurt me, I trust that there is a greater purpose being woven, and I will not allow the evil of others to define my future. Joseph didn't say, it's okay that you did that to me. He said, you meant to harm me, acknowledging the destructive intent, but then added the divine twist. But God meant it for good. In terms of communication, this is the ultimate reframing. A communicator knows that changing the frame of a story changes perception. This verse invites us to change the frame of our personal narrative, from I was a victim to I was a tool in a greater divine plan. It is a powerful declaration that evil does not have the final say over your destiny if you are connected to the designer. I met a young entrepreneur named Sarah. She had worked for years at a technology company, developing an innovative application. Her idea was revolutionary, and the company began to grow rapidly thanks to it. Sarah was the mind behind the project, but her boss, an ambitious and unscrupulous man, fired her, claiming staff cuts, only to appropriate her idea and launch it under his own name. Sarah was devastated. She felt betrayed, robbed, and her world crumbled. How could God allow such injustice? For months, she was consumed by anger and bitterness. But one day, while meditating on Genesis 50:20, something clicked in her mind. You meant to harm me, but God meant it for good. She decided she wouldn't let her former boss's wickedness define her future. With what little she had left, and with renewed determination, Sarah not only recreated her app, but improved it and launched it independently. This time, she built it on ethical principles, with a team that shared her values, and with a transparency her former company never had. The market recognized the quality and authenticity of her product. Her former company, with the stolen app, ran into ethical and legal problems due to her boss's unethical practices. Sarah's story went viral, not only because of her app, but also because of her incredible story of overcoming adversity and her integrity. Years later, Sarah founded an incubator for young entrepreneurs, teaching them not only how to innovate, but also how to build businesses with principles. As she herself said, "My former boss's betrayal was the worst moment of my life, but God used it to force me to build something that was truly my own, and to inspire others in a way I never would have been able to by staying with his company. They meant to hurt me, but God turned it into a platform for a much greater good." We share with you the following exercise: reframing injustice. 1. Identify your wrong. On a piece of paper or in a digital note, write 1 or 2 situations in which someone has hurt you, betrayed you, or treated you unfairly. Don't dwell on guilt or resentment, just on the fact, e.g., "My friend lied to me. An opportunity was stolen from me. I was hurt by their words." 2. The divine plan. Now, next to each situation, ask yourself and write, "How might God, even through this, be working for a greater good in my life or in the lives of others?" Don't look for justification of the act, but rather the potential transformation. Did the lie teach you to be more discerning and to value honesty? Wisdom. Did the stolen opportunity open the door to a better one? New direction. Did the hurtful words lead you to seek healing and strengthen your identity in God? Personal growth. 3. The declaration of faith. Look at each point and declare, "They meant to harm me, but I trust that God is turning this into good for your potential transformation." This exercise doesn't erase the pain, but it gives you a lens through which to see it from God's perspective. You are part of a master plan. Injustice hurts. Betrayal runs deep. But your story doesn't end where evil strikes. Your story continues where God intervenes and rewrites the script. You are not a victim. You are an instrument in the hands of a master designer who can take the broken pieces of your life, the evil intentions of others, and turn them into a powerful testimony of his goodness and his purpose. The end of others' evil is not your destruction. It is the revelation of a greater good, which not only lifts you up, but blesses many. You are part of a master plan. If this message has freed you from the weight of bitterness and given you new hope, I invite you to join our community. Like this video. Your like is a declaration that you choose to see God's plan in your pain. And subscribe to the Gokrip channel. Every week, we bring you a truth that not only inspires, but also transform. Leave your bad intention in the comments, and let's pray that God transforms it into good. You are not alone. Here, we are all in the process of seeing the divine plan B unfold. Leave a comment. We are praying for you. You are not alone. If this message touched your heart, like it. Help others find it. Subscribe to Gokrip, a truth that not only inspires, transforms. Leave your request in the comments. We are praying for you. You are not alone.